Imagine a moment where you're sitting in a cockpit preparing for a race and everything feels wrong. No matter what adjustments you make, no matter how hard you push, the car simply doesn't respond. You're Lewis Hamilton, one of the most successful drivers in Formula One history, and yet something's not clicking. Now, that's exactly where we find him at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It was supposed to be a weekend about progress, about building on small steps, fine-tuning his approach with the Ferrari car and narrowing the gap to Charles Leclerc. Instead, it became a deeply frustrating reminder of just how much further Hamilton still has to go. Ferrari team principal Frédéric Vasseur laid bare the extent of Hamilton's struggles. These weren't just the result of a bad qualifying session. No, they went deeper than that. These problems threatened to undermine the very foundation of this high-profile partnership. Vasseur didn't hold back after another disappointing performance from Hamilton in Jeddah. He openly admitted what many had suspected for some time. Hamilton simply isn't connecting with the Ferrari car. It's not about setup. It's not about bad luck. It's a fundamental disconnect between driver and machine. And perhaps most worrying of all, Hamilton himself confirmed those concerns, revealing that everything he thought he had learned in Bahrain seemed to evaporate in the span of just one weekend. "It's just me," he said. "I'm not connecting with the car." It's a confession that struck a deep chord. Before we dive into what Vasseur said, what Hamilton admitted, and what all of this means for Ferrari's season going forward, go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and stay with us until the end so you don't miss a single detail. And don't forget to check out our second channel linked in the description, where we post even more F1 content every week. Let's start with the numbers, because they're hard to ignore. Hamilton finished Friday in 13th place after the second practice session, and he admitted directly that Saturdays are usually even worse for him. A comment that, honestly, hit like a punch to the gut. Though he made it to the third qualifying segment on Saturday, he could only start from 7th place, 0.6 of a second behind Charles Leclerc, who managed to get his Ferrari onto the 4th spot. For a man who was expected to fight for wins, podiums, and titles with the Italian team, this was not the start anyone had imagined. But what's even more telling than the lap times are the words coming from within the garage. During the third practice session, Hamilton asked over the team radio how far behind he was, only to hear that he was 0.7 slower in the first sector alone. His response? One word: damn. A moment of silence that spoke volumes. Later on in the same session, he said, "I just don't have grip, man. I don't know what to do." And this wasn't just emotion or exaggeration in the heat of the moment. It was the continuation of a pattern we've been seeing since the season opener. A driver desperately trying to adapt, trying everything from brake and engine settings to suspension adjustments, yet still unable to unlock the potential of the Ferrari car. Vasseur confirmed it. Lewis is not connecting with the car at the moment, he said, echoing the very words Hamilton used after qualifying. In one of the most revealing statements so far, Hamilton confessed that even the progress he thought he had made in Bahrain now seemed to have evaporated. "It's just me," he said. "I'm not connecting with the car. I felt positive, obviously, in the last race and expected to apply some of those things, but it didn't work. Back to square one." That's not the kind of thing you expect to hear from a 7-time world champion, especially so far into the season. And the truth is, it's not just about performance. It's about confidence. Hamilton is a driver who thrives on rhythm, on connection with the car, on the feeling that the machine under his command is an extension of himself. But the Ferrari car is far from that. It's unpredictable, inconsistent, and worst of all, it feels strange. Vasseur's comments suggest that Ferrari knows they have a problem on their hands, not just with the car itself, but with the very philosophy behind it. Because if a driver of Hamilton's caliber, a man who has dominated every era of Formula One for the past 15 years, can't extract performance from the machine, then something is seriously wrong. To be fair, Charles Leclerc is also facing struggles of his own. During the third practice session, even he told the team, "I think this is the limit of the car. I can't go any faster through the corners. It's sliding with all 4 tires." So this isn't just a Lewis problem, it's a Ferrari problem. But for Hamilton, the stakes are higher. He's the new recruit, the main star, and the one whose results are being scrutinized under a magnifying glass, given his legacy and the expectations placed on him. So, what's next for Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari? With a 7th place starting position for Sunday's race, the outlook is uncertain, not desperate, but undeniably fragile. In years past, seeing Hamilton line up in 7th would signal a guaranteed charge through the field, a masterclass in racecraft and tire management. But now, that confidence feels distant. Every lap is a battle. Every section feels like a test. The tools are there, but they're not working together. And Hamilton knows that what makes this moment so crucial isn't just the result, it's the context. This isn't a rookie learning the ropes. This is a legend of the sport trying to find his rhythm in a car that refuses to dance. It's the tension between expectation and reality that's starting to show, a turning point. Because while Hamilton is still fighting, still adapting, still giving it his all, there's only so much resilience a driver can show when performance just isn't matching up. His admission that he isn't connecting with the car is more than just a technical assessment. It's a human moment. A rare glimpse into the vulnerability of one of the sport's fiercest competitors. And perhaps it's also a subtle warning to Ferrari, to the fans, to everyone watching, that even icons have their limits. Meanwhile, Ferrari's car continues to raise eyebrows. Yes, it has flashes of brilliance. Yes, it occasionally shines in the hands of experienced drivers, but fundamentally, the car remains a mystery. One weekend it's competitive, the next it's lost. That unpredictability isn't just frustrating, it's dangerous for a team trying to build a consistent title challenge. And that leaves Hamilton navigating more than just a learning curve. He's navigating chaos. Ferrari's leadership, especially under Vasseur, is now under the spotlight. The decisions made in the coming weeks about the direction of development, engineering priorities, and team dynamics could define the entire season. This isn't just about setup sheets and lap times anymore. It's about identity. What kind of team does Ferrari want to be in this new era? And can they evolve quickly enough to keep a driver like Hamilton engaged, motivated, and ultimately victorious? Perhaps most crucially, what will this mean for the championship narrative? Because if Ferrari continues stumbling, it opens the door for other teams to seize control. Teams like McLaren, Aston Martin, even Mercedes could step into the limelight. And if Hamilton doesn't find answers soon, we might not just be witnessing a personal struggle, but a definitive turning point in Formula One's competitive hierarchy. So, more than ever, we want to hear what you think in the comments. Is this just the growing pains of a new partnership between Hamilton and Ferrari, or are we already seeing signs of deeper cracks that might never fully heal? What do you think needs to happen to unlock the true potential of Ferrari's car? And is it fair to say that the pressure is now on both Ferrari and Lewis himself? If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay on top of everything happening throughout this chaotic 2025 season, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And remember, our second channel is linked in the description, filled with even more F1 content, exclusive behind the scenes, and stories you won't want to miss. Because no matter what happens tomorrow in the race, one thing is for certain: the story between Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari isn't a fairy tale. It's a war, and the next chapter could be the most intense one yet. Stay with us, because this is just getting started.